In the heart of Africa, where the golden savanna stretches endlessly and the horizon blurs into the sky, lived a variety of animals, each with their own tales of origin and survival. Among them were the zebras, distinguished by their striking black and white stripes. Yet, there was a time when zebras were pure white, blending into the sun-bleached grasses and shimmering heat of the plains. This is the story of how the zebra got its stripes, a legend that has been passed down through generations, whispered by the winds, and carried in the songs of the birds. Chapter 1. The White Herd. Long ago, in the vast African savanna, a great herd of white horses roamed. Known as the White Herd, these horses were proud and noble, their coats gleaming under the African sun. Led by a wise and majestic stallion named Kiro, the White Herd was renowned for its strength and unity. Kiro, with his mane flowing like a river of moonlight, was revered not only for his leadership but also for his fairness and kindness. Among this herd was a young colt named Punda. Unlike the others, Punda was curious and adventurous, always seeking to explore beyond the boundaries of the herd's territory. His mother, Madoa, often chided him gently, reminding him of the dangers that lurked in the savanna. But Punda's curiosity was insatiable, his heart filled with a longing to discover the secrets of the world around him. Chapter 2. The fateful encounter. In scorching afternoon, as the herd rested in the shade of an ancient baobab tree, Punda ventured further than he had ever gone before. He wandered through the tall grasses, past the acacia groves, and towards the distant river that glittered like a silver ribbon. As he approached the riverbank, he noticed a peculiar creature he had never seen before, a sleek, golden lioness, her eyes as bright as the sun. Punda froze, his heart pounding in his chest. He had heard tales of lions, the great hunters of the savanna, but he had never encountered one so close. The lioness, sensing his presence, lifted her head and met his gaze. To his surprise, she did not pounce or growl. Instead, she spoke in a voice as soft as the rustling leaves. "Young one, what brings you so far from your herd?" Punda, trembling but curious, replied, "I seek to understand the world beyond our grazing grounds." "Who are you?" The lioness smiled, her eyes twinkling with amusement. "I am Leo, guardian of the river. Many come to me seeking knowledge, but few are brave enough to approach. You have courage, little one." Punda, emboldened by her gentle demeanor, took a step closer. "Can you tell me why our coats are white? Why do we stand out in the savanna while others blend in?" Leo tilted her head, pondering the question. "Your whiteness is both a blessing and a curse. It sets you apart, but it also makes you a target. Perhaps there is a way to change that." Chapter 3. The Quest for Change. Intrigued by Leo's words, Punda felt a spark of hope. "How can we change?" Leo's gaze turned thoughtful. "In the heart of the savanna lies a mystical grove, guarded by the spirit of the land. It is said that those who seek her with pure intentions can ask for a boon. But the journey is perilous, fraught with challenges. Do you have the courage to undertake it?" Punda, without hesitation, nodded. "I will go. For the sake of my herd, I will face any danger." Leo's smile widened. "Very well, young one. Follow the river until you reach the great stone. From there, the path will reveal itself. Trust your heart, and you will find your way." With a newfound sense of purpose, Punda thanked Leo and set off along the river. The journey was long and arduous, the sun relentless, and the terrain unforgiving. But Punda's determination never wavered. He crossed arid plains, dense thickets, and treacherous swamps, driven by the vision of a safer future for his herd. Chapter 4. The Trial's days turned into weeks. Punda faced numerous trials. In the scorching desert, he encountered a wise tortoise named Kazi, who taught him the value of patience and perseverance. In the dense jungle, a mischievous monkey named Chiku tested his wit and agility. Each encounter left Punda stronger and more resilient, honing his skills and deepening his understanding of the world. One fateful evening, as the sky blazed with the colors of dusk, Punda arrived at the Great Stone. It was a monolithic structure, weathered by time and etched with ancient symbols. Exhausted but resolute, Punda pressed on, his hooves echoing against the stone as he ventured into the unknown. Beyond the great stone lay a lush, verdant grove, unlike anything Punda had ever seen. The air was thick with the scent of blooming flowers, and the trees seemed to hum with a mysterious energy. In the center of the grove stood a majestic tree, its trunk twisted and gnarled, its branches adorned with glowing, ethereal leaves. Chapter 5. The spirit of the land. As Punda approached the tree, a soft, melodious voice filled the air. "Welcome, brave one. I am Nuru, the spirit of the land. What brings you to my sacred grove?" Punda, his heart swelling with reverence, bowed his head. "Great Nuru, I seek a way to protect my herd. Our white coats make us easy targets for predators. Is there a way to change our appearance, to blend in with the savanna?" Nuru's laughter was like the tinkling of wind chimes. "Your request is noble, young Punda. To blend in with the land is to become one with it. Are you and your herd prepared to embrace the change that comes with such a boon?" Punda nodded earnestly. "We are ready, great Nuru." Nuru's eyes, shimmering like stars, gazed deep into Punda's soul. "Very well. The transformation will not be easy. It will test your unity and resolve. Return to your herd and prepare them for the night of the full moon. Under its light, the change will begin." Chapter 6. The transformation. With Nuru's words echoing in his mind, Punda made the long journey back to his herd. He was welcomed with joy and relief, his mother Madoa nuzzling him fondly. Punda shared his tale with Kiro and the rest of the herd, recounting his encounters and the promise of transformation. As the night of the full moon approached, the herd gathered in a wide clearing, their white coats gleaming like pearls in the moonlight. They stood in a circle, their hearts united in anticipation and hope. Punda, standing beside Kiro, felt a surge of pride and determination. As the moon reached its zenith, a soft, shimmering light enveloped the herd. The air crackled with energy, and the ground beneath their hooves seemed to pulse with life. One by one, the white coats of the horses began to change. Dark lines appeared, like brushstrokes on a canvas, weaving intricate patterns across their bodies. The transformation was mesmerizing, a dance of light and shadow that left the herd awestruck. Chapter 7. The dawn of a new era. When the first light of dawn broke over the horizon, the white herd had become a dazzling display of black and white stripes. They marveled at their new appearance, their coats now a harmonious blend of light and dark. The stripes seemed to move with them, creating an illusion of flickering shadows that made it difficult for predators to single them out. Kiro, his voice filled with gratitude, addressed the herd. "We are no longer the white herd. We are now the striped ones, blessed by the spirit of the land. Let us honor this gift by remaining united and protecting one another." The herd, now more resilient and confident, embraced their new identity. They roamed the savanna with a renewed sense of purpose, their stripes a testament to their courage and unity. Predators found it increasingly difficult to hunt them, baffled by the optical illusion created by their moving stripes. The striped ones thrived, their numbers growing and their spirits soaring. Chapter 8. Legacy. As the years passed, the story of the striped ones spread across the savanna. Other animals marveled at their transformation, inspired by their bravery and determination. The tale of how the zebra got its stripes became a legend, passed down from generation to generation, a symbol of hope and resilience. Punda grew into a wise and respected leader, guiding the herd with the same fairness and kindness that had defined Kiro's reign. He often thought of Leo and Nuru, the beings who had set him on this path, and felt a deep sense of gratitude for the guidance. One day, as Punda stood on a hill overlooking the vast savanna, he felt a gentle breeze ruffle his striped coat. It carried the faint, melodious laughter of Nuru and the soft, comforting presence of Leo. Punda smiled, knowing that the spirit of the land and the guardian of the river would always watch over the striped ones. Chapter 9. The new challenge. Years later, the striped ones had grown into one of the largest and most respected herds on the savanna. They had become a symbol of resilience, their stripes a mark of pride and protection. But with prosperity came new challenges. The changing climate was making water sources scarce, and the herds had to travel further to find nourishment. Predators had also grown bolder, their hunger driving them to devise new tactics to hunt the striped ones. Punda, now a seasoned leader with a grizzled mane and wise eyes, sensed the unrest among his herd. His old friend and advisor, a gray-maned zebra named Marufu, often shared his concerns. One evening, as the sun set in a blaze of red and orange, they stood on a hill overlooking the grazing grounds. Punda, Marufu began, his voice heavy with worry, the dry season is harsher than ever. The rivers are shrinking, and the predators grow more desperate. Our old ways might not be enough to protect us anymore. Punda nodded, his gaze fixed on the horizon. I know, Marufu, we need to adapt, just as we did when we gained our stripes. The Savanna is changing, and we must find new ways to survive. Chapter 10. Seeking wisdom. Punda decided to seek wisdom beyond the boundaries of their territory. He remembered the guidance of Leo and Nuru from his youth, and he hoped that other guardians might exist in different parts of the land. With a small group of trusted zebras, including his own son, a strong and intelligent colt named Madoa, Punda set out on a journey to find answers. They traveled for days, moving through unfamiliar territories and encountering new species. They met an ancient elephant named Tembo, who shared stories of the changing landscape and the shifting patterns of the seasons. Tembo spoke of a wise old giraffe named Damu, who had lived through many cycles of drought and rain. Seek out Damu, Tembo advised. His height grants him a perspective beyond our own. He may see things we cannot. Chapter 11. The giraffe's perspective. Guided by Tembo's words, Punda and his group journeyed to the land of the tall acacia trees, where they found Damu browsing the highest leaves. The old giraffe welcomed them with a gentle nod, his eyes kind and filled with the wisdom of ages. Punda, leader of the striped ones, I have heard of your herd's bravery and resilience, Damu said. What brings you to my part of the Savanna? Punda explained their plight, describing the dwindling water sources and the increasing threat from predators. We seek your wisdom, Damu. How can we adapt to these new challenges? Damu chewed thoughtfully on a mouthful of leaves before speaking. The Savanna has always changed, and those who survive are those who learn to change with it. Your stripes are a testament to that truth. You must now look to the land itself for answers. The plants, the trees, and the earth beneath your hooves, they all hold secrets to survival. Chapter 12. Learning from nature. Taking Damu's advice to heart, Punda and his group returned to their herd with a renewed sense of purpose. They began to observe the patterns of nature more closely, learning from the plants and animals around them. They discovered that certain plants, like the hardy baobab tree, stored water in their trunks, providing a vital resource during dry spells. The zebras also noticed how smaller animals, such as meerkats and ground squirrels, dug burrows that led to underground water sources. By watching these creatures, the zebras learned to find hidden reserves of water and to dig shallow wells. Madoa, inspired by his father's quest for knowledge, became particularly adept at these new techniques. His keen observation and quick thinking made him a valuable asset to the herd. Under his guidance, the striped ones began to thrive once more, even as the Savanna changed around them. Chapter 13. The new predators. However, the predators of the Savanna were also adapting. The lions, hyenas, and wild dogs had grown more cunning, learning to anticipate the zebra's movements and employing new strategies to catch their prey. The striped ones had to remain ever vigilant, using their stripes to blend into the shifting light of dawn and dusk. One night, as the herd rested under the watchful eyes of their sentinels, a new threat emerged. A pack of wild dogs, led by a particularly ruthless leader named Fang, had been observing the zebras for weeks. Fang had devised a plan to drive the zebras into a narrow canyon, where escape would be nearly impossible. The attack came swiftly and without warning. Fang and his pack drove the zebras towards the canyon, snapping and barking with terrifying precision. Punda and Madoa led the herd in a desperate attempt to escape, but the wild dogs were relentless. Chapter 14. The spirits return. As the striped ones neared the canyon, Punda realized that they were running out of options. In a moment of desperation, he called out to the spirit of the land. Nuru, we need your guidance once more. Help us to protect our herd. To Punda's astonishment, the air around him began to shimmer, and a familiar, ethereal presence enveloped the herd. Nuru's voice, soft and melodious, filled the air. Punda, you have always shown courage and wisdom. Your unity is your greatest strength. Use it now to overcome this challenge. With Nuru's words echoing in his mind, Punda turned to his herd. We must work together. Form a circle, protect the young and the weak in the center. Use your strength and your stripes to confuse and repel the attackers. The zebras quickly formed a tight circle, their powerful hooves striking the ground with thunderous force. The wild dogs, taken aback by this sudden display of unity and strength, hesitated. The zebra's stripes seemed to merge into a dizzying pattern, creating an illusion of movement that baffled the predators. In the confusion, Madoa led a charge, breaking through the weakest point in the pack's formation. The striped ones followed, their powerful strides carrying them to safety. Fang, realizing that his plan had failed, called off the attack, and the wild dogs retreated into the night. Chapter 15. A time of peace. The striped ones had not only survived but had grown stronger from their ordeal. They had learned to trust in their unity and to adapt to the ever-changing Savanna. Punda and Madoa were celebrated as heroes, their leadership ensuring the survival of the herd. Under the guidance, the striped ones continued to thrive. They forged alliances with other herds and species, sharing their knowledge and learning new ways to adapt to the changing environment. The zebra's stripes, once a symbol of vulnerability, had become a mark of resilience and strength. As the years passed, Punda grew older, his once powerful strides slowing with age. He knew that the time had come to pass the mantle of leadership to Madoa. In a ceremony beneath the ancient baobab tree, Punda addressed his herd. My fellow striped ones, it has been my honor to lead you through many challenges. But now, it is time for the next generation to take the reins. Madoa, with his wisdom and courage, will lead you into a bright future. Remember, our strength lies in our unity and our ability to adapt. The herd cheered, their voices echoing across the savanna. Madoa stepped forward, his head held high. I will lead with the same fairness and kindness that has always defined us. Together, we will continue to thrive, no matter what challenges we face. Epilogue. The legacy of the stripes. And so, the striped ones continued to roam the African savanna, their black and white stripes a testament to their history and their resilience. The tale of how the zebra got its stripes became a legend, passed down through generations of animals, a symbol of hope and perseverance. Punda, now an elder, often sat beneath the baobab tree, watching the young zebras play and grow. He felt a deep sense of satisfaction, knowing that his herd was in good hands. The spirit of Nuru, the guidance of Leo, and the wisdom of Damu had all played a part in shaping the destiny. The zebras of Africa, with their striking stripes and indomitable spirit, had carved out a place for themselves in the ever-changing savanna. They had learned to adapt, to unite, and to thrive. And their story, like the stripes on their coats, would be remembered for generations to come. As the sun set over the horizon, casting long shadows across the golden grass, Punda closed his eyes and smiled. The journey had been long and filled with challenges, but the legacy of the striped ones would endure, a beacon of resilience and hope in the heart of Africa.
Thanks for watching. For more content, subscribe to our channel, like, share, and comment on this video.